All right, here at the Lighthouse Classic, we have Center Hill just defeated by Webb School. Have Coach Miller. Coach, if you don't care to introduce you guys for us.
Sure. My name's Coach Miller. I'm the head basketball coach at Center Hill High School. This is senior Decorian Payton, plays forward for us. This is junior Kaeden Laws, plays guard for us. Two really good players.
All right, Coach, we're going to start with you. Question here. Competition today. I know kind of what you look for every year. You want the best. To be there at the end of the year, you have to play the best. What do you think about the game today?
Well, we play in events like this specifically to play very good teams from different areas. We saw the Webb School last year twice. We knew they had the same guys coming back. We both played the same event in Western Kentucky, so we knew what to expect in the basketball game. We just didn't do some things well down the stretch mechanically. If we do those things, even with what took place in the middle of the game, we still had a very good chance to win that game.
Yeah, I noticed your guys fought really hard. I noticed you executed well. And down the stretch, they called the foul on you guys. From Kaeden, the Tennessee side, he went to the line. Do you think that was more of a kind of specialty call, or did you think your guys played good, solid defense on that play?
Well, I mean, one of the things that I was somewhat disappointed in today is in these type events, they let star players play. And today, on both sides, their side and our side, all star players were in foul trouble. They all three had 4 fouls. So I would have liked to have seen the Webb School have to make a basket to beat us instead of going to the free throw line. And then people don't forget, we had a lane violation. He missed 2 free throws in a row, or it would have been our basketball tied to win the basketball game. So mechanically, we just didn't do a good job down the stretch. But to answer your question, I don't know if it was a special call, but I wish we could have seen them have to score on us.
Gotcha.
Did the foul trouble kind of throw off the rhythm for Decorian and Kaeden?
Not really. These guys are veteran players, and they're able to play through, in my opinion. Kaden's doing a much better job. He would struggle some when he had foul trouble, but you look at the stats in the second half. I mean, maybe he can attest to that because he didn't shoot the ball as well in the second half as he did the first half. But hey, we got a veteran team. I mean, these guys won the state championship. We know what we got to do to win it again. You're not going to see Center Hill lay down. We're going to play. We're going to play for 4 quarters. So as a coach, hey, I'm disappointed, but man, I can use this. I can use a game like this to make my team better at the end of the season.
Did you have any type of, any type of plans of changing your defense, or did you contemplate any boxing one or no touch coming into the game on Kaeden with him being such a great player?
Yeah, the toughest thing for a guy like Kaeden is you need practice time. We're on the Thanksgiving holidays. We brought our guys in, but we didn't get film on them until yesterday afternoon. This morning we were able to walk through a game plan, but we tried several things. What we have is some inexperienced players that don't know how to load the box up.
Right.
We kept saying, make somebody else beat us. And so we had guys in position. We had to go with Decorian and move him out there to guard him. And so we wanted him to guard him, and we wanted to load the box up on his side. We just didn't do it. I give them some credit. I mean, he's a great player, but we just didn't do mechanically what we need to do down the stretch there.
Me from the Laws, can you attest for the development that you've had? Like, I've seen you a couple times, but you started the game like 2 contested baskets on Kaeden. Like, I think the first one was a mid-range jumper, then you came right back down and pulled a 3. Can you attest to just how much work you've been putting in since last season?
Yeah, I knew with us losing guys like Calvin Temple and Kevin Henry and Ken Lewis, I knew that I was going to have to step up into the guard role. And so I've been working on my shot a lot, and I just tried to come out and show that I wasn't scared.
Right. And Mr. Payton, you had 20 and 11. You really dominated on the boards and the inside. I think What do you feel that you've gotten a lot better from last year?
Last year, it was kind of like I had a way different role than what I have now. So this year, Coach Miller tells me like every day I got to step up and be a leader. So right now, I'm getting used to that leader position. And right now, Coach Miller has me in a bigger role. I got to score the ball more. So last year, relying on Calvin and to score the ball. This year, he wants me to step up, do more, like produce more points, energy, all that. So it's just a bigger role that I fulfill and fill the shoes up.
Yeah, I know I know we talked about, of course, Keon going to playing big time Power 5 basketball. What are you guys' aspirations and where do you see yourself going as far as playing at the next level?
As of right now, I haven't really given it much thought because the recruit is gonna play out by itself. Like Coach Miller tells me, just go out there and play my game, and whenever spring comes, the colleges they'll be there still as long as I do my thing. Because recruiting can be a handful. And if you worry about who's out there watching you and all that, it's gonna weigh down on you. You might play a completely different game.
For me, I feel like I can play high-level basketball, and I feel like I showed that I'm on the path to that today. But I took some bad shots, and I feel like I could have had a better game.
And we play in this event, really, when I look at my schedule, from top to bottom, and it came out this week, I'm sure some of y'all saw that. We play one of the top 10 schedules in the state. And we look for certain events to showcase our players. Not just our team, but individual players. You saw college coaches on the baseline. My guys knew that. And they go up against a great player, and both of them had decent basketball games with college coaches. So I think they're both high-level players.
Okay. As you come out, hit 2 or 3 jumpers early, did you feel that the defense changing, paying more attention to you as the game went on, or?
Well, I felt they pressured me more on the outside, but then we started getting it more to the inside, and I made a few shots there, and they did a good job adjusting. But I feel like in the second half, I did a good job of finding my open teammates.
Coach, you had 3 players in double figures and one more with 9. They only had 2. Do you think your defense was what was lacking today?
Yeah. And that's a great question. At Center Hill, we pride ourselves defensively. So, man, that's what we just talked about. That's why we're late getting up here. I'm just in complete baffle with the way that we looked defensively. So we've got to go back and we've got to get better. But these guys, defensively, we've been very, very good. And we've got some big games coming up on our schedule. I'm talking about Houston High School, who's ranked #1 in the state of Tennessee, Memphis East, Ridgeway, White Station. You keep going, they're coming up on our schedule. So we got to get better. We got to get better quick. It was the end of the game situation that I thought would be the first thing you guys might ask us, because we didn't do a good job.
And touching on that, what were you guys looking for at the end of the game?
We had it. We gave up on the play, and that's what we talked about before, was stick to the game plan. And in this situation, we have a specific play, and we were looking for 2 options. Obviously, you want your 2 best players with a chance to win it. But the play was designed, Kaeden executed the play was shifted. If you go back, and we don't have the film here, Decorian has got Keon on his back in the lane, and that's where it's supposed to go.
Right.
And the guard shifted it one more pass, and I told them it was either going to be he makes a layup to win it, he's fouled, and he makes a free throw to win it, or they block it and they win the game. But you got to go with higher percentage, and so again, that's something we got to use down the stretch. How do we close out game situations? I got no words of why we made one more pass. I've asked them in the locker room, and everybody just kind of blank stares. But we're not used to losing, and so it's just something we're going to have to work on.
Right, and touching on that, like you said, I think you guys did have a great chance because you hit a big three with like 2 minutes left. Then you came back and shot it again, it rimmed in, and I thought that was going to be ball game, big one to win. And like you said, what do you guys? What's the main goal? I know the main goal is always to win the championship, but like you said, you have a tough schedule coming up. What's the short-term goals right now?
Well, I feel like since we lost this game, last year we came into this tournament, it was like to see like where we was. So since we lost this game, I feel like it'll be a wake-up call for everybody, like to go even harder. So I'd rather us lose now than later on, like in playoffs or something, because now we need to go back and Monday we'll look at what we need to work on, what we need to do better, like later in the game, how we can get better, and hopefully like next game we'll correct those mistakes and win the next game.
You know, look, we lost 3 key players. There's no denying that we lost 3 key players and the player of the year in our state. But for me, that's not an excuse. Players come and go, systems stay the same. And at Center Hill, you come to win. And if you don't come to win, you don't come to play hard, you gotta go. And my guys know that, and so I'm not using that as an excuse. We're using the tough schedule, and I did it for a reason. Hey, I'm not one of those coaches at the end of the year that just say, man, we're 31-3, that's exciting. I want to be playing in the last game. So to play in the last game, you got to go through some ups and downs and play quality teams. Going out and winning by 40 and 50, I don't understand coaches that do that type schedule. We're going to play the toughest games we can find because we want to play at the end. So those players are gone. This is a new team. To answer your question, though, we've got to get better in all 5 positions. And if we can do that, then each one of these games that are coming up prepare us for the road that's in front of us.
Yeah, I'm from Alabama, so this question probably makes sense. I know you said y'all played the Webb School twice last year. Is there any chance that you guys can meet up again, or if you was to meet up with these guys again, what would be your game plan the next time you would play?
Yeah, they're in a different state, so we can't meet up with them again. I wish I could call Holly Springs, who's playing them tomorrow, and say, hey, can y'all stay at home? We want another chance.
Okay.
But you can't do that. But yeah, obviously we would definitely have to do some things. You know, Kevin Henry last year he was not talked about a lot for us. And you guys in this room will know this. But what he did do is he plays defense 94 feet, and he would have face guarded him. And I know that he's going to watch this a little while. He's going to be like, Coach, why? But yeah, we would have to make some adjustments. Okay. Definitely, I would not give him 37 points again. And that's what I looked at my coaches and said. It's disappointing for me because I should have been able to do a better job in-game situation. I just couldn't find what to do to make it work today.
Coach, I want to touch on basketball in DeSoto County. You know, one of the biggest years for the county last year with you guys and Olive Branch representing the county last year in Jackson and everything. And, you know, I was telling everybody coming into this year it's not just Center Hill and Olive Branch. You know, you got South Haven, you got Cormorant this coming up. DeSoto Central could beat you, Hernando, Horn Lake, and you know you got Lewisburg sitting there 6-1 right now. Touch on the level of basketball that is coming to in DeSoto County.
Well, I think last year really sparked interest in DeSoto County. Olive Branch, fantastic team. Center Hill, fantastic team. And I think other people sat and watched that and said, hey, we want to be like that. We got to prepare. We got to get our guys, and we've got to play harder. But I will say, and you touched on it, South Haven, excellent team, playing next Friday night at our place. It's going to be a big game for us. Lake Cormorant, they're in our conference. So we're going to see them 2, 3, could be like last year and see them multiple times. I just think everybody thinks of Jackson, and they forget about North Mississippi basketball. And I said this last year, I'll say it again. You got Memphis on one side, you got Jackson on the other side, and you got DeSoto County in that little corridor. And if people don't watch out, DeSoto County has got some really, really good athletes and some talented coaches. very, very good programs, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to win the state championship last year, but more importantly, I'm excited to see if we can do it again. That's our motivation. Is nobody in DeSoto County has repeated. Can we do it? And you and I talked about this earlier. The bracket is so tough, but you know what? The schedule we put together is going to help me prepare these guys for that.
Thanks, guys.